Dame Ethel Mary Smyth is a 20th century composer and suffragist. Born April 22, 1858, in London, England, into a military family, Ethel was one of 8 children. She was taught piano at a young age. She became so highly involved in her studies that her parents had to stop her lessons. At the age of 12, Ethel heard a governess who attended Leipzig Conservation playing a piece by L.V. Beethoven. From then, she was inspired and decided that she too wanted to be a composer. Young Ethel decided she would go on a food strike in order for her parents to allow her to attend Leipzig Conservation. But after a year of attending, she dropped out in order to study privately. Ethel mixed with other well-known composers like Johannes Brahms and Clara Schumann. Therefore, her early music consists of song chamber works inspired by a Brahmsian voice. According to Aray Oran, in 1882, she met Henry Brewster, a philosopher and writer in Florence. They became best friends and he collaborated with her. He even wrote some of her librettos. In Composer of the Week, Donald McLeod notes that despite going on to write 2 major choral works, several orchestral pieces, 6 operas, and numerous chamber compositions, Smyth remains a little-known composer. She gained notice with her sold-out event performing Mass in D, composed in 1893. Mass in D was considered a masterpiece that was published in arrangements for mixed voices and unison singing. In 1903, her Der Wald became the first and only opera by a woman to be performed in New York Metropolitan Opera. Ethel's best-known piece is The Wrecker, composed in 1906, the most admired opera of its time. March of the Women was composed in 1911 as a reflection of Ethel's strong involvement in the women's suffrage movement. She was arrested supporting a campaign that involved smashing of windows and sentenced to 2 months. Ethel performed this piece with inmates while in prison. She also composed a comic opera, The Boatswain's Mate, composed in 1916. Ethel lost her hearing at age 54. She then turned to writing, and from 1919 to 1940, she wrote 10 books, encouraged by Virginia Woolf, her friend and conductor. At age 64, Ethel received the Dame of the British Empire, the equivalent of knighthood. At age 75, she received a personal invitation from Queen Mary to join her in the royal box for a music festival, of which The Prison was performed. The history of her music is phenomenal, but not well known to the world. At age 86, the very talented and admired Dame Ethel Mary Smyth died from pneumonia.